Okay, now this question's been taken off quite an old exam paper where they use two different forms of giving a bearing. The one that we now are familiar with, which is the three-figure bearing, but also another measure which you're not required to know anymore. So we'll just scribble that out and concentrate on the information relevant to us. So we have A and B, which are two ports, with A due west of B. A ship at some point C on a bearing of 148 degrees from A. So if we get our protractor again and line it up so that the center is at A, north is north, and from A it's a bearing of 148 degrees. So we're going to measure down around to here. 148 is there. So we know that this ship is somewhere along this line. Draw the line in. And 220 degrees from B. Move the center of the protractor to B. Again, line your north up north and measure around 220 degrees, which is there. Mark a point, join up the line from B, going through that point, and where the two cross is where the ship is, point C, and mark the point clearly and label beneath it. The next question, you see a pattern developing now. With most of these questions, they're all very similar. This time there are two airports, A and B, with B due north of A. An aircraft is on a bearing of 60 degrees from A. Again, we don't need to worry about the old style of bearing. And 130 degrees from B. So 60 degrees from A. That means you're going to put the center of your protractor at A. 0 is north, which is up the page, and measure your 60 degrees, which is there. So the aircraft lies somewhere on that line. And then to find out where, we measure 130 degrees from B, line up the center with B, north is north, 130 degrees is there, and join those points up, and you'll see there that again where they cross is where the aeroplane is going to be. So if we call that P for plane. And the final question that we need to look at, similar context again. This time we've got two towns, Coastville and Port Place. A ship is somewhere between them. It's on a bearing of 165 degrees from Coastville. So that means the center of my protractor is going to be on Coastville. North is north up, and I'm going to read around 165 degrees, which takes me to there. So somewhere on that line is the ship. In order to locate it, I need to move now to Port Place and measure a bearing of 228 degrees. Center on the town, 0 up, and I'm measuring 228 degrees clockwise, which takes me to there. And then join through that point, and where they meet is where the ship is going to be. And there you go. Those are bearings past paper questions. Fairly straightforward. There are only two things you need to remember. Angle measured clockwise from north, and if the angle only has 2 digits, you put a 0 in front for the third digit.